What's going on, everyone? So, as per usual, I was going to upload another video for, well, I had a few decks on the docket list, but I had this crazy little post pop up in Reddit about a new Maul and Ventress card. Now, initially I looked at this, I was like, oh, what is this, like an artist rendition? And then I started looking, I was like, wait a second, it's the same background, it's got Lucasfilm on there. So it's like, if someone's, faking this, it's a pretty good fake, and they might get in trouble. And then it turns out this is just a real thing. They have spoiled two of the dark side Sith users in Darth Maul and Ventress here. And I want to talk about the cards. I want to talk about the new kind of convention pack with all the new art cards and stuff, and just go through them. So, as I said, once I found out about this, I was like, okay, I need to go look into this. And yeah, they have this new limited edition promo pack that'll be only available in 5 events. There's the ComicCon, the Gen Con, PAX West, and PAX Unplugged. And it's going to be $100 per pack, and it's going to contain these 6 cards. It's going to have the Count Dooku, and actually I'll just move over to the actual art here. So it's got to have this Count Dooku, which we all know and love. By the way, it's got like this carbon Sith type dark side look, and has like a nice outline of the actual character. We have Darth Vader. Instead of the green background, you have just Darth Vader all in his glory, definitely giving the prominent figure the attention here. Emperor Palpatine, nice little blue lightning coming out of there. By the way, for those of you that may not know the actual icons of the aspects, this could get a little bit tricky because that's Vigilance, Command, and that's Aggression. And then we have Kylo Ren, one of the new cards. Love the sparks flying in the background. And here's where we get to talk about something a little bit more exciting. The first kind of set 3 cards to be spoiled, I suppose, right? Like this isn't a fake thing. This is the first 2 set 3 cards to be spoiled. And to be honest, I am more excited than ever. For those of you that don't know, I have been waiting for set 3. Realistically, like I love Rebels, I love Empire, but I'm one of those people that just Clone Wars, the TV series, is like my absolute favorite Star Wars media. And well, besides perhaps I guess it's not media, but KOTOR and that era is my favorite Star Wars era, and that's my favorite Star Wars kind of game, I suppose. And so Clone Wars is, I guess you'd say, the secondary favorite to that, although it's the only canon version of those two. And so I am very excited to see the Republic set. And that's where, when we saw Ventress here, I was exceptionally excited. So I want to talk about this card here. Also looks absolutely amazing. Although they decided to take some, looks like, artistic license and change her outfit. Totally fair. Her outfit was a little bit weird in the Clone Wars series, I will say. But first off, we have the aspects here. This looks like aggression villainy. As we go back to Emperor Palpatine, you can see the same aggression sign. So aggression villainy, 4-costed, Force Separatist Sith. Love the Separatist tag. It's a 2/4 with Exploit 2, so a mechanic that we don't know yet. I'm going to give my kind of predictions on what I think that is. And then on attack, if you attack with a Separatist unit for this phase, this unit gets +3/+0 for this phase. So essentially a 4-resource 5/4 with potentially getting stronger if you're able to, well, maybe exploit to it. Which, if we kind of go through other TCGs, and I'm going to use Magic as a comparison, exploit in Magic is something when the unit enters the battlefield or the creature enters the battlefield, you exploit another creature, and how you do that is you by sacrificing, and if you do so, you get some sort of bonus. And so when I look at exploit here for Asajj, and it says, well, exploit 2, the immediate thing I think about is, okay, if we're able to sacrifice another unit, or maybe you sacrifice 2 units because it's exploit 2, you could get a bonus here. And the most likely interpretation I think that's going to happen is you play Asajj. If you're able to sacrifice other units or defeat another unit, which Asajj is very thematic, you get 2 experience tokens on Asajj. So it becomes a 4/6, and then attacks as essentially a 7/6. And that is a very strong unit, right? makes sense, especially if we're going to get the Separatist set and Republic set, that we're going to see like B1 battle droid, B2 super battle droid, and we're going to have droidicas and clone sergeants and all that type of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised that Separatists have some sort of a sacrificial / defeating theme, right? We get like a General Grievous, and he like has a debuff where he's super powerful, like a 4 resource 6/6, but you have to defeat a unit when he enters play in order to actually get those stats. That type of situation that's like very thematic. And well, Asajj could be that, or maybe something different with exploit, but I think that's, well, the most likely interpretation. If this is just a 4 resource 2/4 that attacks as a 5/4, if you attack another Separatist unit, very weak. Probably not a playable card, right? Unless there's some sort of specific Separatist synergy where you want another Separatist unit on 3 resource or 4 resources, which of course we will definitely see reasons for wanting Separatist, I'm sure. But this is just straight up weak if this is just a 5/4, right? So exploit 2 has got to be doing something pretty impressive. But as I said, that's not all. We have 2 new cards, and this one's much more straightforward. We have a 5 resource unit here in Darth Maul. This one also is aggression villainy. Makes sense, as you can see from the aspects of the top left. 4 Sith, 5/6, so 5 resource 5/6, and says this unit can attack 2 units instead of 1. Now, of course, we don't know how this is actually going to work out at the end of the day, right? We don't know if he's only going to be able to take damage from 1 of them or from 2 of them. But again, I'm going to give my initial thoughts on this. From what I can read of this card, what my expectation is, you're going to be able to apply 5 damage to 2 different units, and then Darth Maul is going to take those 2 units attack power in damage. So let's say they have, I don't know, like an Ezra Bridger and a Kanan on the battlefield. You're able to attack Ezra and Kanan and kill both of them, but then Darth Maul ends up dying. Very thematic, by the way, as I said, with Asajj, kind of being that assassin / very aggressive situated Sith, sacrificing droids or sacrificing comrades, I guess you could say, is very on theme for her, maybe even more so for Grievous. But attacking 2 units, I mean, that's like the whole arc of Darth Maul in the first episode. And this is episode 1 Maul, as you could see the Naboo scene and with Duel of the Fates here. You could see the tiles here, the lights all match kind of that scene where we're in episode 1. Also, no modifications to his legs, which comes a lot later, even with the Maul card that we have now. This card looks interesting. This is much more of a card that, gives you kind of a lot of board control. And if we're playing a control deck, I can see this being a very powerful unit to kind of get multiple units traded with and kind of clear out the board, or even more of a mid-range style of deck. I could see something like Vader Green wanting a Maul and playing ECL, and then I suppose, maybe this will work, maybe this won't, ECLing out Darth Maul will be able to kill 2 units with ambush. I mean, that could be a very, very powerful effect, right? In some cases, you just want to ECL out and get your trade in with that unit, or kill that unit and keep your unit. But in some cases, they're just boards too powerful, like against Sabine. And then ECLing out Darth Maul to kill 2 different units can be extremely oppressive. So I can see something like that being the case, which is really, really cool. But overall, I mean, the one that I'm more excited about is certainly Asajj. Darth Maul, by the way, cool art, amazing card, don't get me wrong, right? Like, these 2 are sweet, and all 6 of them are absolutely amazing. I would have liked to see different, like, actual arts on the cards, not just like a showcase background where it highlights the actual character, but, actually having different arts entirely. That would have been kind of cool. But they're definitely cards that are absolutely amazing, and I love the art in Star Wars Unlimited. But I do think that Asajj is way more exciting for many reasons. One, she has the Separatist tag, which that's just in of itself way more exciting to me. Just like Count Dooku has the Separatist tag, both of them could be a lot better come set 3. Not only that, but we also have, in my opinion, what looks to be a much, much more applicable stat line if this exploit 2 has something to do with either giving you immediate combat presence or board presence, or potentially just buffing up her own stats, which I would be very, very unsurprised to see exploit 2 ending up giving her like 2 experience tokens for defeating a friendly unit or something of that note. Like that would be definitely my prediction. Darth Maul does look sweet, as I said, and has potentially some applications, especially if that ECL, attack does work as I think it does. But overall, I mean, this is exciting for sure. And I'm curious what you all think about set 3. Is this a set that you've been waiting for a long time? Again, as I mentioned earlier, like Rebels, Imperials, cool, Bounty Hunters, and the Mandalorian, seeing Mandalorian and Moff Gideon and all the new Star Wars media that's come out over the past couple years, and diving into some things that like are, well, not even really mainstream. Heck, like Forlom and Zuckuss and all that type of stuff is really sweet as well. And I'm happy that we're seeing all this different content coming and diving into all these different eras slash thematics of Star Wars. But the Clone Wars is the time period that I am by far the most excited about. And I can't wait to dive in and play General Skywalker or General Kenobi with my 212th Battalion or 501st, have my Rex, Echo, all that fives, the whole squad coming together and battling it out on the table. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below, guys. Thanks for watching. I figured this is worth a video just because, well, the cards look sweet and they are cards that we're going to be getting in set 3. So see you for the next one.